One of my strengths is bravery, valor, and courage. I was stunned to find out that was the case when I did the testing that I did. You know, everybody else, it was no surprise to anybody else, but as so many of our strengths are, it was a surprise to me that I was a brave person, or that valor was one of my strengths. And so Manet is a painter or an artist who comes along at a young period in his life. He has been trained as a classical painter, and he's doing art. And it's very difficult when you're an artist because, you know, the opinions of other people about, especially in his day, I don't know that it's any worse then as now, but it seems when you look back on what it was like then, that there was a way you painted. There was a way you did it. And you painted what you saw. And that's the freedom that you have. And along comes Manet, and he begins as a painter who does pretty much, he's sort of iffy about it. He sort of does what he's told to do in terms of, he does this thing that all of you are told to do, and that is live according to reality. Paint what you see. Be sure that when you be able to look at something closely enough as an artist, that you see what is there and you paint what is there. And of course today we know that that's realism, and that these painters got fantastically good at painting what was there. And along comes Manet, and Manet decides to do this a little bit differently. To break from the traditional lines of painting, you took a lot of flack, you took a lot of courage to break from the way artists were painting. It was just enormous, so much so that when Manet did a painting of a haystack, he stopped painting it as it realistically was, and he started painting it as he saw the light bouncing off of or lighting up what it was that he was painting. And in other words, what he did was he started to paint light rather than the object. The effect of light on the object was what he started painting. And he did this one painting that was on display was called The Haystack. And it was very clear with this painting that Manet was doing a very different thing. And it was so charged that he was not telling it like it was. He was not dealing with reality. That there were guards posted at the door of this exhibit where his art was exhibited, and pregnant women were warned not to go in the building because they might be so jarred by this painting of the haystack that their pregnancy might be endangered.
Oh my goodness.
Now you think, my God, were they uptight? Were they a little uptight? Well, look around today. We think we're going to be so jarred by so many things that we see and don't see. But Manet continued to paint with a lot of criticism against what was the reality of the day. What he was really painting always was the way light reflected on an object. He was a painter of light. And that image that metaphor just really strikes me and holds me in terms of how important that is. His life is amazing to watch because he never stopped painting. He always continued to paint. He painted until he died. He painted way up into his 80s. That's what you're really doing, is that you're looking at how the light is shining off of different people. You're looking at impressions. You're looking at getting people to look at impressions, how the light shines off of them, whatever that light is, the light of source or whatever it is that's beyond us and within us, is that you're looking at not so much reality. It's easy to look at a person or look at the people we work with or look at ourselves and look at what is real. You know, what is really real? Well, what is real? That is the point that we need to move past. That when you shine the light on what seems to be real, and the light begins to reflect in different ways, we get many, many different impressions of who people are and what people are. Especially when we're doing it with the light of positivity. That's going to be the biggest challenge, is where you shine the light. All of this, the same issue as it was for Manet, is what you see when you shine the light. When you hold up the light and you paint the light, and you see this person and yourself from all kinds of different angles of light, rather than from the reality that seems to be present, it will be what it is that we want and where it is that what we want can take us over a period of time, when we can want it, when we can allow ourselves the freedom to want it, and encourage others the freedom to want what they want until they change their mind or want more or want different or get it. When we hold up that kind of light and that kind of encouragement towards goals and towards vision, and we let people know that what we're really essentially about is what's really important with you and in my work with you is your sense of personal significance, what gives you personal significance, what creates meaning for you. And it's helping you find that significance and helping you find that meaning and helping that you find that vision for you, regardless of how inordinate how minimal that vision may seem, or in terms of how great and enormous that vision may seem. So shine the light. Shine the light on you. Shine the light on what is good and great, and you will find more of what's good and great, I promise you. Thank you.